Hi guys, welcome. It's Throwback Thursday with your host, Darren, and I'm here for Comic Impact. Today, we're going to talk about Star Wars. All right, I hear some people moaning and whining back there. We're not going to talk about bad Star Wars. It's none of the prequel stuff. We're only talking the Trinity, okay? The ones that were officially released in like 1977 and so on. Well, you guys know that Star Wars as a comic book has had a large publishing history. It started at Marvel Comics and for a long time was at Marvel Comics, and Marvel did a lot of really good Star Wars comics. I'm not going to fault them. They did. But I'm going to argue that when the comics shifted over to Dark Horse Comics, when the Star Wars comics were starting to be put out by those guys, I'm going to make the argument that the comics they did were eons better than anything Marvel had done before. And primarily, I'm going to use Star Wars Dark Empire as an example. It's written by Tom Veitch, who's done a lot of great stuff. The artist is Cam Kennedy, mainly known for like Rogue Trooper in 2000 AD and stuff like that. But these two guys come in and the comic is amazing. I mean, it has this huge, you know, crawl. I think they call it the crawl or whatever, where they give you what's going on in the universe. And basically, it takes place after Return of the Jedi. And there's a story that's continuing. And the story that they come up with is really clever. The Imperials are actually warring amongst themselves, so their spaceships are like littered all over other planets and in space. And what the rebels are doing is taking control of Imperial ships and sort of sneaking into the war and disrupting things that way. So what's happened is Luke and Lando Calrissian crashed a ship on a planet, one of their Imperial cruisers. They crashed it on a planet and the Millennium Falcon has to come in and get them. And the first thing you see is just this amazing, like, water-colored pages with AT-ATs walking around, two AT-ATs going at it. I mean, what would you call it when two AT-ATs go at it? I don't know. You guys, the fans can figure that one out. You see AT-ATs going at it. You see Ewoks and Wookiees everywhere. It's just, things are going crazy. Then you see Han Solo. And it's not like a photorealistic depiction of Han Solo. It's a comic book drawing. But you know it's Han Solo. And when you see Luke, when Luke comes into the frame, Luke's a badass. It looks like he's been somewhere and he's seen some things. I mean, he's such a badass that when a laser from an AT-AT starts to hit him, he has a force field around his entire body and he deflects it. But he doesn't deflect it kind of like, oh, this is so difficult, must deflect. No, it's like, you know, he just brushes it off like it's nothing. And I mean, and that's when I knew. I'm like reading this thing and I go, God, it's amazing. And it's full of huge splash pages and double page spreads and this evil that's coming to the universe and we don't know what it is. And that's just the first issue of Dark Empire. But, I mean, Dark Horse, even though they no longer have the property, I hope they keep the stuff that Dark Horse did in print because it was a great continuation of Star Wars rather than just sort of keeping things at an even pace and playing it safe. Dark Horse didn't play it safe.